Hey guys, I am pulling up right now because I have a meeting for a follow-up with a new lead. So I thought, what a perfect time to jump on real quick, make a video for you for this third step. I hope you enjoy it. So we are in part 3 of how to capture more leads when you are doing your speaking events. I want to share some statistics with you. So 93% of converted leads are contacted by the 6th call attempt. 6th. 80% of sales require 5 follow-ups. And 44% of salespeople give up after only 1 follow-up. I think we've all done that. So as they say, the fortune's in the follow-up, and I want you to be a follow-up freak. You got it? So what good is all the efforts that you're putting into doing your networking, your speaking events, doing presentations, and all of those things to get more leads if you're not doing the follow-up? That's why I had to make this 3 parts, because follow-up needed to be its own. It all matters that at the end of your efforts, you close the sale. And that's why it's important that sales and marketing are always working together closely to make that happen. Because marketing can only do so much if sales isn't doing their part to close the deal. Following up, that's an art of its own. You have to be persistent. You have to have the proper messaging, and you have to be using the communication vehicle that your prospect likes to be communicated with, so they will respond to you. And that's a mistake I see so many salespeople make. They want to communicate how they like to communicate, not how their prospect wants to. Have you heard the results from Microsoft's research about the human attention span now? 8 seconds, guys. 8 seconds. A goldfish has 9. We're less than a goldfish. Is that unbelievable? Holy goldfish, Batman. Wow. That probably explains why we have to have so many follow-ups, because they either forgot that we followed up with them or they forgot to respond. That's why you got to keep working at it, and you got to keep staying with it. And you have to approach it at all different angles so that you're hitting them in all these different communication styles, online and offline, so you're hitting the way they like to be communicated with. So I want to share with you 3 goldfish approved tips to following up. Ready? Tip number 1, score your leads. Yes, when you get your leads at your events, score them 3 ways. Hot, they are ready to buy now. Warm, they're ready to buy in the future. And cold, you're unsure if they're ready to buy, and they're probably unsure whether they're ready to buy or going to anytime in the future. So hot, warm, and cold. That makes it a really simple way to score them. So when you meet them at the event and you get their business card, then make a note. Make a note on their card, or if you have a tablet with you, make a note. Score them right there if at all possible. Tip number 2, layer your follow-ups. That's what we were just talking about, how you have to hit them in their communication style. You have to hit them online. You have to hit them offline. You have to hit them the way they like to be communicated with, whether that's a phone call, a text message, whether that is a direct mail piece, is it social media marketing? How are you going to be following up with them to hit their style, not yours? And tip number 3 is have your systems in place beforehand. You know, after your event, you're tired, you're exhausted, you've been working hard to get that event going. You don't want to fail because you're too tired to do the follow-up, or because you're trying to catch up from work and you don't have time to do it. So these are ways that you can do your follow-up system in advance to make it so you're successful. Make sure you schedule out on your calendar when you're going to be following up. It's time block, it's meetings. You have that all scheduled out in advance. If you're emailing them, have your scripts already written, and then you're going to tweak it based on what you know about that prospect, but at least you have your core scripts that you're going to be using for your first contact, your second contact, however you're going to map out your follow-up system. If you're going to be giving them a gift, then have that assembled in advance. So if you're going to be giving a gift when they meet with you, which is a great idea, this is one of my favorites. So it's a branded cup and inside is candy. Everybody loves that. Have that assembled in advance so when you have the meeting, you just grab and go. If you're going to be mailing out handwritten cards, check your stock. Make sure you have enough. Address the envelope. Put a stamp on the envelope so all you have to do is write out the card, put their info on the front, and mail it out. This is my card that I like to send out. It has a great message with it. It says your smile is your logo, your personality is your business card, and how you leave others feeling after you have an experience with you, well, that becomes your trademark. This is such a true message that I think everybody should hear. This is a quote by Jay Dancy, and I absolutely love it. So I send it out with my card. So that goes out to my clients. If you plan on doing a welcome kit, so you send this out a week or 2 weeks after you have met them at the event, you send them a welcome kit. You can do something like this where it's branded on the outside, and inside you can put your business card, and you have a promotional pen that's branded with your info. It has your USB drive. You can put a catalog in there. The USB drive can have your catalog on it, or any other marketing material or checklists or reports or anything that you think would help that person. You put it on that USB drive. Or this is a fun one, if say you're in the travel industry, you can send this as your welcome kit and fill it inside with some goodies in your catalog. You know, again, the same types of items. You have a branded piece inside too to make this really fun for them. But isn't that a fun box and will definitely get their attention? So now talking about systems. So automate and prepare anything you can. The more you do, the greater success you're going to have. And make sure you have a nurturing system in place. Your nurturing system is what you put your contacts in, whether they're your prospects or your clients. You put them into that when they're ready. So if your client has ordered from you and it's kind of like they're in between periods where they usually don't order from you, you want to stay in front of them. So you set up this nurturing system to touch them monthly. And that could be done in a variety of ways. You can send them out emails. You can have in your system that on month 3 that you do a phone call, that you have coffee or lunch with them on month number 6. You just plan out your system for your nurturing system and you implement it. If it's a lead, you can put them in the system if they're unresponsive and you've tried and you're ready to give up and you don't want to put any more effort into them, move them over to your nurturing system. That way you're staying in front of them still, but you're not taking all of your time just following up when they're not responding and it's been, say, 12 follow-ups or whatever number you're choosing for you. You can put your prospects in here when they're set, after you've met with them and talked to them and they said, we're not ready to buy yet. We're probably ready in like 6 months or a year. Well, they're going to forget about you if you don't stay in front of them. So again, monthly touches. That's what you're going to do with your nurturing system. Very important. I want to share a couple statistics with you. So nurtured leads produce an average of a 20% increase in sales and marketing versus non-nurtured leads. And nurtured leads make 47% larger purchases than non-nurtured leads. This is why it's so important to nurture them, to have a nurturing system in place for them. I am a huge believer in systems. Systems are a game changer. Systems will help you win the game. Definitely something that I encourage all of you to do. I know a lot of you are visual, so I wanted to show you this. This is my magnetic marketing roadmap. Starts at the journey where there's you and then there's your prospect and then you meet. It shows the system, how to get around this roadmap and the stops along the way. So you're changing them from a lead to a prospect to a client to getting referrals, moving them into the nurturing system, and then taking that referral and following that same roadmap. I know that a lot of you don't know what to do for your touch system for your follow-up, so I have been very kind to you today, and I have put together a system that you can follow for your hot, your warm, and your cold leads. And all you have to do is implement it. It's from speaking to sales, the follow-up system to converting your hot, warm, and cold leads to make you money. Download it. There's a link below so you can have that. And if you have any questions, I'm always here to help you. And don't forget to share this out with a coworker, with a friend, or somebody else who needs to see this, because I would love to help them too. Have a fabulous day, and remember, smile. Happy looks good on you.